Good morning, guys. We're here today at the Human Elite. Welcome to 609 Muscle TV and our training series. I'm here with my man, Jake Alvarez, IFBB Pro, getting ready to get back on the stage once again at the 2023 Pacific USAs. Super excited. This is peak week. So we're gonna go through a training program you can just follow along and observe. Energy's a little bit low, razor cuts, sharp. We're gonna focus on back today. We're gonna start with a very fun machine by Mayhem Strength. This is a two-position high pull, I would say a pull down, but it's kind of like a combination of a pull down and a pullover based on the angle of force. The angle comes down and then actually comes back. This is an amazing exercise for lower lats and mid lats. Without further ado, we'll let Jake go ahead and start the warm up. We're gonna go a superset with a high grip underhand, which hits lower lats and a really nice contraction, and then more of a pullover angle with the overhand grip. Now in between sets, we'll go ahead and have him stretch to elongate the muscle. But I like to do that in between every single set, the supersets or not. Take 5 seconds to stretch that muscle. What it does is it increases blood flow to the muscle. It also increases the proprioception or the neuromuscular connection so that when you're performing the exercises, you actually feel more of the connection by reversing the motion with a stretch after the vicious contraction that you do while you're training to the point of momentary muscular failure. You get in and you stretch and reverse that motion. You can actually feel the muscle fibers a lot better. So that way when you go back to your contractions, you get a much more powerful, much more efficient contraction. All right, overhand grip. Moving from the pullover movement and that high pull, Mayhem Strength pull movement for thickness, we're gonna move into Old Faithful standard movement, seated cable row. We're gonna do it with a couple different grips. We're gonna start with these banana grips. These things are amazing. They're actually very comfortable in the hands and they allow you a greater range of motion for a good pinch. We're focusing now not so much on mass building because it's close to a show, but on detail and activation, greater range of motion. A little pause at the top, moderate weight. Today, we're gonna get a good stretch forward, pull towards the belly button. Like I said, this grip will allow you greater range of motion, so Jake will be able to pinch that lower back. This way you get a better range for greater deep activation in the peak contraction. So we'll do about 15 on this first one. All right, now we're gonna move on to a variation of the seated cable row. We're gonna do a reverse grip so that with an easy curl bar in the reverse grip, you're taking actually almost like a shoulder width for the grip. And then it's allowing us to drive back. And actually with the underhand grip, it drives the elbows more towards the spine. So you get a greater wraparound kind of motion with the contraction. That again emphasizes peak contraction. It's a maximum shortness in the range of motion of the muscle where you can actually really dig deep into the development of the muscle in the lower and middle lower lats. You'll see this when we're gonna have Jake do it without a shirt. And he's pretty lean now, so you get to see the muscle activation as he's going through this specific grip on the variation of the seated cable row. Right, good Jake. Right, squeeze. Squeeze. Excellent job. All right, now we're gonna move on to our next exercise for back. This is exercise number 5. This is just a very basic wide grip lat pull down. This is gonna target the upper outer part of the lats, right under the armpits. And it's gonna work on giving that real appearance of V-taper and width. This is a standard basic movement. You've seen it in the gym, no matter where you're training. Wide grip lat pull down. Nice. Here we go, beautiful, good. we'll finish off the exercises today with a high cable pullover. This is a fun exercise that kind of ties all of the lats function together. And we'll do this using either a rope, or in this case, we have a real nice nylon strap. This gives you a little bit more range of motion and a little bit more variable tension than a bar, an easy pull bar or a T-bar or something like that. So this one, we're gonna do 1 set high volume, 25 reps, to really let Jake's mind connect to the muscle as we're getting ready to put him on stage this weekend. It's always good to remember neuromuscular contraction, the focus and the feel, for back training especially, is what's gonna really get you to zero in on the different angles of the back, because the back is so multifaceted in terms of its functionality. You can hit back from a variety of different angles. You wanna be sure to get complete activation of all of the different muscles in the back with a variety of angles. That's why we're doing a bunch of different movements. 5 to 7 movements on your back workout day when you're trying to build a complete back is typical.
Yeah, gotta aim for the top like, hold up. Yeah, I can never doubt myself, I know better. All of you critics be acting like you know better. Blowing the smoke, but I know when the dust settles that I'm in my element. It's evident that there's levels to the game. All of those dark nights I got then, breaking my back to make it out, got me feeling like rain. I ain't never need your help, I know you wishing me well. A penny for your thoughts, but seeing no change. I snap for the sun like Diddy. The riches got a mad ass son, I'm like Billy. I ain't never switch up, whole team with me. But known for my city like OAGs.